Shalom, everyone. Here's a story. This is a story that happened to me. Told the story a lot of times before, but I'll tell it again. The story happened about 50 years ago. I had a yeshiva here in Kfar Chabad for English speakers and English speakers. And in those days, the way of communication was with faxes, and on the phone it had an answering machine. There was a little tiny tape, and you would leave messages in the nighttime. You'd press it and it would play back in the morning. Anyway, I came early one morning, and there I saw the light was flashing, indicating that there was a message left on the answering service. So I pushed the button, and the message was, "My name is Zahava." My name is Zahava, and my phone number is this. She left her phone number. So that's it. She said it in Hebrew. Shemi Zahava, v'mispar sheli kacha. So I thought to myself, listen, this is probably, I figured it out in my mind that this must be some lady that was answering a advertisement for work or something, and she got the number wrong because she called up a yeshiva for English speaking Bali Tshuva boys, which wasn't relevant to her. So I called the lady. I figured I'd be a nice guy. So I called her up. "Hello, Zahava." She said, "Yes." I said, "I'm calling from a yeshiva in Kfar Chabad. I have this sort of an accent, Hebrew, American accent." So she said, "Ani metzaltzel, yeshiva b'Kfar Chabad. Asit ta'ud, you made a mistake and you called up it's a yeshiva for Bali Tshuvas. You should check the number and call the right number." So she said, "1 second, this is Chabad, right?" So I said, "Yeah, it is, but it's for, yeshiva for boys." She said, "No, I want Chabad." So I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, she has a friend, and her friend is called Sora. And Sora has already 2 children or 3 children, and she wants to make an abortion. She's pregnant and she wants to make an abortion. She says she doesn't have enough money and the funds in order to support another child, and she decides she wants to make an abortion." So I tried to convince her not to. The Zahava says, "I tried to convince her not to, but she won't listen to me. She won't listen to me." And so I said, "Well, I said, "Listen," she said, "I don't know what to do. There's already been doctors, and I brought professors, I brought experts to talk to her. Nothing works." And she says that if the Rebbe Lubavitch will call her up, then she won't make the abortion. So I said, "Listen, I'm not. I don't think that the Rebbe is going to call her up. He's a very busy man." But I said, "Listen, what we'll do is like this. Let's send a fax to the Rebbe. I'll tell the whole story. What's this lady's name?" And she says her name is Sora, about whatever her name is. And I said, "Okay, so I'll write the Rebbe a letter, and I'll ask for a blessing that the next person that comes to talk to Sora, that he'll succeed. And then anybody can come and speak. If the Rebbe gives a blessing, then anyone will convince her. It's just a matter of I'm willing to come. Anybody, you'll convince her. Anybody." So she said, "Okay." So she gave me this Sora's number, and I sent the fax to the Rebbe. I got an answer back very quickly, within an hour or something. And the Rebbe said, the essence of the letter was like this: said, "Ha'im dibru ito. Did really anybody speak to her? I will pray for her." That's what the Rebbe said. So I didn't think too much about it. And I called up Zahava, and I said that the Rebbe Lubavitch gave an answer back. I said, "What is it?" And she said, "The Rebbe said, Ha'im dibru ito. Did anybody really speak to her? I'll pray for her. Azkira Latzion, I'll pray for her." So this lady Zahava, I hope I'm not getting mixed up that it was, she said, anyway, well, for now on, let's leave it the way it is. So this lady Zahava, she said, what the Rebbe is saying, that I'm a liar, that I said that I brought rabbis and Rebbitzins and doctors, professors to talk to her, and it didn't work. And the Rebbe is saying that nobody talked to her. So I said, listen, I said, Zahava, I don't, I'm just reading what it says in the letter. So she said, the Rebbe is sitting over there in New York. How can he possibly know a thing like that? So I said, I don't know. I'm just reading what it says in the letter, and that's it. So she said, quiet on the other end of the phone. So I said, hello. She said, okay. She said, I want to tell you something. There is no Zahava. She says, I am Sora. I'm Sora. And nobody ever talked to me. The fact is, no one ever spoke to me. How the Rebbe could possibly know a thing like that, I have no idea. But I'll take that as though the Rebbe personally called me up and said not to make the abortion. But I don't know where the money is going to come from. So I said, I'm sure the Rebbe will be happy to hear this. So I sent a letter, another fax to the Rebbe, informing her that this lady, Sora, decided not to make an abortion. I got another answer back. And the second answer back, this is also within an hour or 2 hours. And the Rebbe said, it says in the Mishnah in Sanhedrin that why was man created alone? To show you that every person is an entire world. Every person is like the first man created, is like an entire world. Just like the first man was an entire world, it was the whole entire population of the world. It was the higher world. So every single person is a whole entire world. And in the merit that she is not making the abortion, so she saved the whole entire world. Every child is old. And the merit of that is God will give her livelihood. Okay, what was the result of it? I don't know. But what I do know is that the Rebbe paid specific attention to this lady, and he wrote to her. The Rebbe receives like more letters than anybody else in the world. So the Rebbe answered her back twice in order to save this unborn child. Now, who knows who the unborn child is going to be? If he's going to be a good person, a bad person. By the Rebbe, it didn't make any difference, and it shouldn't make any difference to us either, because everybody is potentially, essentially good. And therefore, we have to do everything we can that the more children in the world, the better. And the Rebbe even used his, his spirit of prophecy to somehow or other understand that no one spoke to this lady, and that in fact there was no Zahava, and that all there was Sora, and Sora gave birth to a child. Have a good day with Mashiach now.